Week 4 is upon us on iRacing Season 4, and this week in the Skip Barbers we are racing at Oulton Park without the Hislop Chicane. I would have much preferred racing here without the Britain Chicane, because I really do not like that chicane and I've had various issues with it over the time I've been sim racing. However, that's not the case, so let's jump in and see how it went. Alright, here we are in the Skip Barber at Oulton Park for week number 4 of the Skip Barber Challenge. We have qualified on P6, but there are some very, very fast guys in this one. So I'm not sure how much we'll be able to actually make our way through the pack here. But hopefully we can keep it safe and clean and have a good race. Hopefully. Waiting for one more car to grid up here. Should be away. It'll be 13 laps of racing here at Oulton Park.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 19 Celsius.
And we don't have the, I think it's the Hislop Chicane in this one. I'd much prefer not to have the Britain Chicane, but I'll take what you get. Anyway, here we go.
Standing start now. Okay, Nick. Stay calm. Focus. Go.
And away we go. Everyone's got away pretty evenly here, I think. Not be doing anything stupid in these early few laps, hopefully.
The next car is car number 4, and their rating is 2.4.
Let's take a few laps for these tyres to come up to temperature. Paul's looking a little bit racy behind us, which is a bit of a worry. Especially going into that chicane, but we've survived. I think he's going to be close enough here to look for a move either. On off track.
On your right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Oh, that was a bit of an aggressive cut back from him there. It's really kind of put me off a little bit through here. Bit scruffy, but at least we didn't make contact. That's first lap done.
Seventh position. The car in front of us is Paul, car number 10, B license, and their rating is 1.0.
Just want to settle down into this one.
The gap to car number 6 behind is increasing. It's now 0.9. Okay, Nick. The next car is John, car number 5, B license, and their rating is 2.1.
Alright, we've got P6 back, and now we've got Jerry breathing down our neck. Paul has disconnected after that incident, it seems. The leading pack, though, have broken away here. 3.6 seconds now the gap. Want to settle down into a rhythm here. See if we can extend.
The leader has just done a 147.01.
I'm not sure what sort of time Jerry did in qualifying.
Stay on it, keep digging. B6. That lap time was 150.36.
But we were comfortably ahead of everybody behind us who set a time in qualifying.
The next car is car number 4, and their rating is 2.4.
It's a bad corner from me. It went wide. Lost a lot of time. Yeah, I was comfortably ahead of everybody who set a time. There were a couple of cars that didn't set times, so not sure if Jerry was one of those or not. Off track.
Okay, Nick, we've just cut the track.
Not my friend, that chicane. Never has been, never will be.
New fastest lap for Hutri, 146.28.
It's insane pace. Scruffy turn 1. Just managed to pull a couple of attempts away there from Jerry behind, and now we've just gone and lost it.
The gap to P7 behind is now 0.8.
Cascades though this time. Wondering if, like, that corner, the one after Cascades, I wonder if I could take that flat out. Jerry seemed to close up a lot of time to me there. I'm not feeling confident taking it flat out. I skipped down to 4th and then let off the gas a little bit. Oh, there's a dust cloud ahead. Someone's blown their engine. I'll take those all day. Up to P5.
The leader's just done a 146.49.
I feel like I've started to find a bit of a groove with this car this week as well.
P5, that's your best lap in the session.
I don't know if it's just this track or if it's this car in general, but I found that, like, trying to really take early apexes really helps with this car. Well, like I say, around here, I don't know if it's a car or if it's just this track. Obviously, we'll try next week and see what we can, if early apexing at next week's track gives me the same feeling of confidence in the car. But yeah, I do feel like turning in is the key to this one.
The gap to 6th place behind is increasing. It's now 1.8 seconds.
Alright, so we've got about a 2-second buffer now to Jerry behind, which is good. But we are 6.5 seconds ahead of E4 in front, and we don't look like we are anywhere going to be catching that, so this one's probably just going to be a case of just trying to not do anything crazy, bring it home. It should be a good iRating gain.
The leader has just done a 146.04.
Seems like Jerry was being helped along potentially in my toe. Since I've broken the toe, I feel like I'm able to really pull out the gap. Trying to get a little bit more brave into that corner, but it's not really something you want to be doing during the middle of a race, is trying out new lines and new like gears and turn-ins and late braking. That's the sort of thing you want to leave to practice. Leaving it to the race and start doing it at the race can really affect your consistency, and then mistakes start to creep in, so I really don't want to do that if I can help it. I think there's any reason for us to really push much harder than we're pushing already. Doing what we need to do. Done a 48.297 is our fastest lap so far, which is a lot quicker than what I did in quali. But I did mess up my second lap.
The gap to P6 behind is increasing. It's now 3.4 seconds. That lap time was 148.44.
The guys in front are relatively close together. Always hope for a little bit of battling between those two. That'd be nice. Druids is a very interesting corner in this car as well. It's all about trying to keep a tight line and hitting both those apexes on the way around. If you start to drift out wide, the car just slides round there.
All right, Nick. Halfway home. Fuel looks good. P4.
P4? Okay. Really hard to be... wait, my P3? What?
The gap to car number 6 behind is increasing. It's now 4.5 seconds.
I just need to focus here. I suspect the guy, one of the guys who was battling in front, has made a mistake.
The leader has just done a 145.61.
45, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous and disgusting. It's kind of difficult though in these small grid size and these single split
Keep
races.
doing what you're doing. This is spot on. P3. You've just done a 148.53. Okay, Nick. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Because everybody's in the same split, so you're being matched against some very, like, much higher rated drivers, like the top guy, the leader here, who's 22 seconds in front doing 45s. He's almost a 5k rated driver, 4.9. A little bit conservative into there. I was, my distractions looking at the leaderboards there, I took a bit of grass, so I didn't want to do anything stupid. Yeah, the guy in front of me, 2.3k. As much as I'm getting a bit more confident with, like, feeling in the car, definitely not on that pace at all. Oh, very close to an off track there.
The gap to P4 behind is increasing. It's now 5.2 seconds.
Feel every lap I'm just trying to not lift off the throttle just as much as the previous lap, just to see if we can maybe extract that little bit more speed through that corner. Watch the curbs. I know I said I'd like to take a tight line through there, but that was potentially a little bit too tight.
Your lap time was a 148.58.
Pretty consistent. I think that my lap times are there or thereabouts every lap.
The gap behind is now 5.7 seconds.
Backed out a little bit there because I went in a little bit too hot. Big lift there as well. Well, I'm sorry that this hasn't been a more entertaining race, guys. Since car in front sort of lost it on the approach to the carousel. Oh, we're not really seeing a lot of anybody else, and that's a prime example of how druids can chew you up and spit you out if you get it wrong. Hopefully he was able to catch the car. Dropped a couple of attempts to Jerry behind, but nothing that's really going to put a big dent on.
2 laps left. Come on, you're looking good for a podium.
That's really going to put a big dent on the gap here. The only thing it probably hurt is my consistency. We only dropped a couple of attempts, I think, on that one. No. Second and 2 attempts. Tell a lie. Went into the approach to the chicane a bit too deep there, so let's take a slower line through it. Just sort of trying to think of things to talk about, considering we've not really had
just done a 145.43.
most enjoyable, or well, not most enjoyable, but the most exciting of races. Got a line through Druids. Let's come around the final corner. We're about to take the white flag to start the last lap of the race.
Okay, Nick, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. The gap behind is now 5.3 seconds.
We did the work early and got Jerry, and like I said, I think just once Jerry had fallen out the draft, I think it was a bit too quick for him. It's meant we've had a relatively comfortable ride through this one. Through the horrible chicane for the final time of Britain's. Not going to push too much here. Don't need to throw it away on the final lap. Just as his tyres squeal across the track and he slides out towards the curb on the verge of an off track. As we on the run down here to the final corner for the final time. We're going to take a step on the podium with a P3 finish.
Podium finish, nice one.
Good race, guys. Well done. Well done to the winners. Yeah, not the most entertaining race at all. We potentially could have put Jerry out of harm's way a lot earlier in that one had we have not, like, slammed on the anchors to avoid the incident on the run down to the carousel. But I think that speaks volumes of, like, me, how where I've come from and how I've developed as a racer through my sim racing journey so far. Like, an old me would have probably just kept my foot in and just tried to find a way around it left or right, whereas now I feel I take a much more cautious approach to incidents, because I think I've learned over time since I've been on iRacing, more often than not, when you keep your foot in and try to dart either left or right, you get caught out and you end up being the one who takes the pain for it. So anyway, I'm going to bring it round to the pits as always, and meantime, let's go and take a look at the results. This was the one and only split, and the strength of field was 1,905. We came home in P3. Car number 8 started P6. Our fastest lap of the race was a 148.297. Fastest lap of the race overall by Dragos was a 145.426. Absolutely insane. 2.8 seconds quicker than me. We had 2 incident points, and we take 85 points for the championship. We gained 0.01 on our safety rating, taking us to 3.75. And we gained 70 I rating, taking us to 1,474. So there we go, guys. That was the race, and a bit of a crazy one, really. We seemed to gain a lot of positions from people that we never even saw in that race, ultimately coming home on the podium. It may have been a bit of a solo race in the second half of that one, but for the first half, Jerry was trying to keep me honest just until we could eke out that gap just enough. And I felt once we'd pulled far enough ahead of him, he wasn't in the slipstream and he just wasn't able to keep up with us on pace. As I alluded to also in commentary, I'm pretty proud with the way that I analysed the situation of the car going off in front of me. As I said, in previous times, I would have just kept my foot in and tried to navigate either left or right. But hopefully my racecraft and experience is maturing a little bit, and I'm actually thinking twice that actually it's better just to ease off the throttle, brake, and analyse the situation a little bit more carefully before actually committing to a direction to get past the car in trouble. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please consider giving it a like. And if you want to see more racing content from me, make sure to hit subscribe, because there'll be plenty more coming real soon. If you want to get involved with the action on iRacing, head down to the description where you'll find a link. And hopefully I'll see you on track real soon. But all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. And until next time, see ya.